I'm Dan Galusha, and welcome to another edition of Shooting Plink. And we're back here at the backyard range again, so you know what we're going to be doing. We're going to be shooting air guns. And this one right here is a Daisy, Model 35. Now the reason I got this is it was on sale for like $37 on, I think it was Midway USA I got it. And I thought, what the heck, I'm going to get one of these just to try out and the subject for shooting Plink, you know, and I really think this is going to be a pretty doggone good little gun. It's cheap, definitely cheap. It's plastic. I weighed the thing on a digital scale. It weighs 2.5 pounds. It'll hold about 50 BBs right up here. This is a reservoir in here. It's a multi-pump, and it will shoot pellets. It's a smooth bore though, and that's what kind of attracted me to it, because smooth bore is better for BBs. And you're better with a rifled barrel if you're going to be having like a pellet. Well, I was surprised. This thing really does do pretty good at shooting pellets. And we're going to be shooting at this target right here. We're going to shoot BBs up here, and we're going to shoot pellets down there. And it's a little bit windy out here, I know. And like I said, it's a multi-pump, and what surprised me is I've been shooting at 10 yards with just 3 pumps and have been doing very well. You can tell it's windy. Man, I'll tell you, it's picking up big time, and we're supposed to be having some tremendous wind chills coming in here, so that's why I wanted to get this taken care of. But it's got adjustable sights. You can adjust this rear sight for windage or elevation. Windage is right on, and I think elevation is pretty much too, because the thing really is shooting accurate. For a cheap gun, this thing's unbelievable. Let's see, what else I'm going to tell you about it. Like I said, it is definitely a cheaper gun. I mean, you look at different things, the way they're made, and this is kind of how long this will hold up, I don't know. I really wanted to try an 880, and I've been waiting to have one of those sent in on a T&E program to see what they do, and never have got one. So this one is within that same line of gun. It's just, like I said, much cheaper, and you can hear it. I mean, it's, you know, but I really think this is going to be what I call a good pick-me-up and shoot-it gun. Like if I want to try out a BB or something or other, I can grab it, pump it up, don't have to worry about CO2 or anything else like that. I've been using the Umarex NXG as that. Still, that is a favorite of mine. Very accurate gun, very good gun. But this one, and this is going to be great, I think, for kids and anybody that really hasn't shot. You're going to be able to teach them with this. It's lightweight, smaller frame person, anybody like that. But we're going to shoot this, and we're going to see what it will do. Like I said, we're going to shoot at BBs up here first. And oh, by the way, might as well show you how you do this. And imagine some of you know. Of course, like I said, I've loaded it here. Right here is where you load it. You take it, pull it back like that. Now BB's supposed to fall out, and it did. I don't know if you can see it or not. Right in here, there's a BB. That's ready to go. And as soon as I do that, you can pump this. You cannot pump it until that. Now, I put 3 pumps in there, and you can see it's very, very easy pumping. Now I put it forward. She's ready to shoot. You got your safety on here. This is your safety. And we put the safety on, and we're going to go back there, and we're going to see if we can hit that thing and how accurate it is. So let's go shoot. Alright, I had to go and change targets. I went to shoot that, and it fell into the snow and got pretty soaked. So I had to print off another one. Again, we're going to shoot at the top one, and we'll see what we can do with that. It does help if I take the safety off, doesn't it? Hey, the wind is blowing so bad that it's tough to even stand here and shoot. But that one went to the right. because they got blown off. This one try to stand in snow. I can't even tell if I'm hitting it. I'm sure you can. We'll fire a few rounds at it. And that's the one nice thing about this, is the fact that you can, on BBs at least, you can't with the pellets because they're single shot. But with these, if you can do it right, you can do them about as fast as you can pump a few times. I'm not even sure there was a BB in that. In fact, I know there wasn't. Now that can happen too. It'll jam up in there and won't come flowing out, and this one's definitely doing that. That time it came out good. You get one of jams, and by the way, I'm using daisy pellets. And the reason I'm doing that is because it is a daisy. And you should never, as I had said before, you should never overload this reservoir of BBs, because you can have them jam up when you don't want them to. Okay, that's enough of those. I'm going to go up there and take a look, see what we were doing with it, and then we're going to come back and we're going to do some pellet shooting. Well, it didn't seem like it was really too bad. I hit an awful lot of them in the center, but there's a few off to the side too, which doesn't really surprise me due to the fact that it was blowing around a little bit. But I put a pellet in here, and I'll have to show you. This is tough to do when you have a full reservoir of BBs. I should have those out of there, and I'll show you why. We'll take the safety off and we'll try a pellet, and we'll try a couple of them or see what I can do, because it's hard to load them like this. I got the safety off, I think. Oh, here we go. Okay, now, it wasn't pushed all the way forward. Now, that almost looks like I hit a dead center shot. If it is, that means it does doggone good with pellets, and I'll try to load another one without getting a BB in here. You don't want to do that. It's a bit cold. Try to pick a pellet up and get it in there. This is not the easiest gun in the world to load on pellets. I will tell you that. And I'll have to show you. There, I got it. Okay. And we'll see what we can do here now. There. I don't know whether that one actually looked like it. That one's a flyer. It's gotta be, because that other one went right where we wanted it. We'll fire another, because I know I was right on the money there. At least I think I was. I'll fire about 3 more if we can. And I'll have to show you unloading these because this is not an easy task. For one thing, don't get them in backwards like I just did. Get it in there. There is a way to do it with the BBs in the reservoir, and I'll have to show you this as I'd said, but it's not easy. That one might have went to the right. I was waving around just a bit. Not able to hold this too steady today. Could be the cold. Okay. That one I bet went to the right too. Whoops. Oh well, we got a BB. We'll shoot that. Now I gotta try to get it out. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and shoot that BB. There. As I said, there is a way to do this, but it takes a little bit. I'll tell you, sometimes there we go. I think this will be the last pellet maybe, because it takes, and then I'll show you how you do this. Okay. Now we'll go take a look at this, and then maybe we'll do some plinking. I'm using RWS hobby pellets, by the way, but let's grab this thing and take a look at it, a closer look, which you've already seen. Yeah, I did drill the center, didn't I? Right there. Put it out. You can see up here on the BBs. We'll talk about that a little bit first. I hit quite a few in here, but there's a few out here too, and there's one way out here. That's got to be a flyer. But as I said, this wind, you can tell the way this thing's blowing around. And I'm standing back here trying to do this, and it's cold. It's cold, I'll tell you. I hit some up in here. This looks like this must be where I shot that BB. I wasn't too worried about it. I just wanted to get it out of there. But I hit some up in here. I don't know, maybe this is where the BB hit. It looks like I got more than one in this center, and I didn't fire too many, but that's where a fire goes. And like I said, this is a cheap gun, so you know, if it's going to do it that way, we're going to do some plinking here real quick too. And but first, what I want to do, I want to show you, and we're going to plink with BBs because it's going to be a lot easier. It won't take me as long. You can tell, even trying to pick these up, my hands are cold. Not a good time to be shooting air guns, I'll tell you. But anyway, this is what you got to do. And I'll show you right up here. You'll see the BB once I pull this back. I don't want to, here, I'm going to pull it back first. There. There. Now, here's the BB. If you can see it, right over in here. It's right down under there. Hopefully you can see that. You don't want it to come on in. So what you want to do is you want to take your pellet, and you're going to take this, and this is where it gets difficult, especially when your hands are cold. And I'm just going to have to, you probably won't even see this because I'm going to have to get it in there, and it went in upside down. So I don't want to load it that way. So I got to turn it around. There. Now, well, it dropped out. I got to pick it up. Get some snow off it. In fact, I'm not even going to load that one. But again, you got to drop it down in there. Now see, it's backwards. So what I got to do is turn that back around, try to get it flipped around there and in, so that that can come down in there. And that's what I said, this is the problem. And this one really does not want to cooperate at all. That's what I want to show you. Now I'm going to start pushing that forward so it won't fall out this time. Hopefully you can see that, where I've got it right up here. You push it on in like that. Now it's ready to pump. We're going to pump it up 4 times. We're going to plink with a pellet the first time. That's what we're going to do. We're going to use 1 pellet, and then we're going to go with BBs. So let me set up the plinking targets, and then we'll start shooting. Well, I shot it already, and had to go in and get a battery. Battery went out on the camera. So we got to do this again, and you can see that I've already hit that 1 Pepsi can down here. Already hit that on the deal. So we're going to do this all again, and hopefully I got enough BBs in here. I've used quite a few. Let's take care of some of those Pepsi cans while we're at it. Take the safety off. Just better get BB in here. Well, I hit it. You can see that. Hit that one. Just not knocking them out, are we? Let's try one of those cans. Yeah, we got that. Hit the can anyway, didn't we? This is very easy pumping now, that's nice. Hit that one. Hit one of these cardboards. They don't want to go anywhere. I'm not going to worry with them anymore. I hit them, but I'll hit the Pepsi can again. That's not going to go anywhere, I can tell that right now. I'll hit the other one. And that's not going anywhere either. We're just going to have to take a look at these, aren't we? Hit that other can, see if I can knock it off yet. Now, well, let's just go take a look at these. Alright, let's take a look at our cans here and see what we've got. I'll set this down. Safety won't go on. That's one thing. Safety will not go on unless this thing is actually in a situation of where you've got this back or where it's loaded, and then you can put your safety on, but it won't go on otherwise. We'll set this down. This thing got wet too. As I'd said before, we'll put this in a safe position if we can. It's safer over here. You always want, I mean, I know it's not loaded, but still, you want to treat a gun, any gun, I don't care what it is, like it's loaded. Now, we'll take a look at these. Well, that's not too bad. I hit the logo for sure. You can see that. So I've been popping the logo, and this is BB's, and it's going all the way through. It's really coming out, so it's got a pretty good punch to it. So I don't know why it won't do anything to these cardboards, but it won't. Now, you see where this wind is. But let's take a look at some of the cans. See what it's done to them. For BBs, it's not too bad. It actually punched. This is a regular can, cranberry can, as you can see, and it punched a hole in it. You can see that. These cans are even cold to hang on to. This one, yeah, here we got hole in that one. And this one, well, another hole, but the BB must have went inside, because there's the hole right here. So the BB must have went inside and then fallen out or something, because there's no other hole. That's the only hole. I can see it if you can see the light down in there. It's the only hole in this can. So this gun, as far as, like I said, it's a cheap gun. There's no doubt about it. Got it on sale for, as I said, 37 bucks. And but for a cheap gun, shoots pretty doggone good, and great for training somebody. You know, I can't say enough of it for that. It's going to be a very good, as I call it, pick me up and shoot gun. One, like, say if I want to test out some BBs. And in another video, we're actually going to test the velocity in this, but not in this one. I've kept you around long enough. But you've seen that this is a Daisy Model 35. Again, not the highest of quality. Different things. Oh, here's something I want to show you, though, that I was kind of impressed with. No big deal, but right up here in the front. Can you see that sight? Right up here? It's white. It's got a white dot on it. That's no big deal, but you don't see that many of them that doesn't. Now, some of them have got fiber optics, and that's nice. I really like to have a fiber optic sight up there on the front. But that white dot isn't too bad, and if I want to enhance it a little bit, I might put a little bit of glow on. You've seen me do that before with guns, my firearms even. So there's not much else to say. This right here, I will show you this. Again, cheaper gun, but see how this goes in? Okay, it's supposed to do that because as you pull this back, it comes back like that, and then see it pops right into place. We'll pull it back just slightly. I don't want to recock it. See how it is? Okay, now I push this forward and then heard it click. So that's designed to do that. It's just the way they did it. Again, it probably saved them some money on the deal, and it's, oh, and there's also, I don't want to forget this, there's also a rail right up here, regular dovetail type rail, rimfire rail as they call them. You could put like a cheap Tasco sight on it, something like that. It would work, but you want to make sure that whatever you put on here is a sight, like a scope, that you will have it standing high enough that you can still load, because you got to load that pellet in here if you're going to shoot pellets. But you know, really, that kind of impressed me when you look at that. This is not, as I said, not a rifled barrel. Yet on the pellets, we hit, well, let's see, it's this way. We hit dead center on that, and we got them out here. And again, this is not a rifled barrel, so to be shooting pellets like that, I did use good pellets, as I said. They were RWS hobbies, and I use those a lot. Norma pellet, I think I'm going to try a Norma pellet sometime too, but not today. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.